jasmine, oolong, green, and white. Long ago, these 4 teas were skillfully brewed at the Blissful Brew. Then, everything changed when the shop's popularity threatened its existence. All Mr. Okuran, the shop's owner and tea master, could do was to recruit 4 teenage orphans to learn his trade and staff his shop. A year has passed since the orphans were hired, and although their skills have progressed, they still have a lot to learn before they can brew anything. But I believe that they have the potential to make the Blissful Brew the greatest tea shop in the world. Last time on Benders and Brews, an Avatar Legends podcast.
This strange spirit beast that took the form of a sort of giant bat-like creature and seems to have been basically sucking the souls out of the various animals and beasts and releasing them with sort of like this possessed evil spirit nature.
Shouldn't just one of us just go sneak over and grab whatever letters on that dead guy?
I'll just do it.
Stone scatter shot! Whoa, is going to attack the base of this stalagmite, and he's gonna smash it.
Nice.
Mark 150, so that'll tip over.
The bat is then going to do 2 strike attacks. One probably is going to go for Guohan. It's going to take a second strike attack towards Mika. It's
Bill
away from
blocks
center.
it. Guys, we got to get out of here. I'll block the exit. I got this.
And I earthbend up like a wall.
I will be seizing a position. I be skedaddling.
So you turn around, you slam your fist confidently right into this giant chunk of stalagmite.
And as Bill,
yeah.
as Bill starts swinging at it, he kind of like starts stepping forward, and he's
Okay.
just like becoming more like aggressive.
Right.
And he's just like yelling like, "You can't have my friends."
Guys, it's time to go! And I'm gonna run out the hole that Brock made.
Mika, we got to go now. I can't lose you two.
The bat is going to do a bolster or hinder. It is going to fly down one by one, grab one of the animals, and you just see that same glow come out as this blue force goes back into the bat and it just collapses and that animal is dead. It's re-siphoning the sort of possessive spirit that it has put in to regain it into itself.
I'll have to advance an attack.
Bill's gonna see Brock starting to go forward, and he's going to stick his bow staff in front of him, and he's gonna say, "Brock, get out of here."
I'll grab Mika and get out of here.
And you guys hear basically this echoey sound as he yells, "I'm sorry, Blaze. I couldn't defend you. Now it's my turn to defend them." And you see him raise his bow staff high above in the air, and he like lowers it as hard as he can, and you guys hear a loud crack in this cave, and you guys see a giant burst of flame go bursting out of Bill's bow staff, engulfing this bat-like thing in fire. You guys see just this wave of fire go rushing out in front of him, and you guys just see him just like heaving as he's just like holding the end of his bow staff, and you see a charred burn out of the end of his bow staff. And as Bill sees the bat probably go falling with the blaze, he turns around and looks at you guys and faints.
And welcome back, everybody, to the finale episode of the entire Benders and Brews series. Not just season 3, but the whole series. That's right. Tonight, it comes to an end. Episode 12 of Benders and Brews, season 3, the season finale. I'm here. I'm Skylar. I'm the game master. And let me introduce the players one last time. Unless we do a Q&A episode, in which case I'll probably reintroduce them once more after that. But for now, for the in-story, this will be the final introduction, final fun fact from each of them. Dave, do you want to kick us off?
Sure. Dave here, playing Guohan. And Guohan, at some point during our adventures, pooped his pants.
And it's for us to try to figure out where.
Didn't tell anybody, not even the DM.
That's incredible that he was so discreet about it. Nobody
Yeah.
even noticed.
Well, maybe they did.
I was going to say, do we need to like listen back and there's an episode where like somebody just casually says, "Man, it really stinks around here." Dude, that would be
Really
the
your
most
fun fact?
incredible, like
Funniest part was
unexpected.
it was Guohan who said
It was Guohan.
Not realizing it was him.
or it's one of those clever bits of like you say it, you notice it and acknowledge it, and then you're automatically innocent because why would the person that did it acknowledge it? You know?
He's playing.
Yeah, I didn't want to. I couldn't think of a big, game-changing fun.
This is
fact.
game changing.
So I
This
just
is game.
went with the anti,
the anti.
like the antithesis of that.
That's incredible. Wow. All right. So there's your new task to listen back through the entire. You said the entire series.
Yep.
Holy cow. The entire series of Benders and Brews and find your theory on when you think that Guohan pooped his
Has he
pants.
changed his pants if it has
Well,
been at
yeah.
the beginning?
Hopefully it happened like in season 1 or really early in season 2. Like a first episode. Otherwise, you guys have been on the road ever since. Like, I don't know what
It's like,
point.
wow, that smells really lingering.
At some point, Guo went into town while you guys were, I don't know, maybe when you were in Chin Village or something, and he grabbed a new pair of pants or something. You got some festival pants. And you guys just haven't even noticed that he has whole different pair of pants.
He
on.
stole it from a pirate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that also makes sense. I mean, he did steal
Maybe
their
it
hats.
was when we'd all jumped off the boat in the water,
He just did a quick rinse. Oh no. That's disgusting. All right, well, there you go, folks.
That's where his pebbles come from.
Oh,
That's
oh,
Brock's
boo.
pebbles. Just kidding.
All right, well, funny as your kidding might be, let's jump over to Michaela.
Shoot. I forgot my fun fact. Oh, Mika's fun fact is,
Are you Mika?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
It's debatable sometimes. No, Mika's fun fact is...
She peed her pants?
Oh, Mika's fun fact is her dream job someday is to be like a detective. She thinks sleuthing is fun, so like she just thinks that'd be fun to like, be nosy in other people's lives, figure out their things,
The reality of it.
Yeah.
You want to be like one of those, what do they call them? Like the
You know,
independent detective. What do they call those?
a private investigator.
Yes, a private investigator
Yeah.
where your entire job is just kind of like sneaking around looking into people's lives.
Exactly. Into their homes when they're not around, it just sounds like a fun thing for her, so.
Sure. And
Yeah.
regulations are a lot softer
Exactly.
in sort of like this time era type thing. So wow, all right. A detective, an independent private eye type detective. Interesting. With her like tracking skills and things that she developed, I feel like she could actually be pretty, all jokes aside, be pretty good at it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, awesome. All right. Fantastic. Jumping over to Connor.
That's me. I am Brock Lee, the Earthbender. And Brock's fun fact is something I just learned about 5 minutes ago that I totally forgot. At the end of season 1, I believe, we all added new moves or attributes, and I completely forgot about the one that I added. So, better late than never, but I added the attribute called Winning is Everything, which essentially boils down to if I use dirty tactics in a fight, I immediately get a 10 on the roll, and I am now favored in the exchange. So, could have used that a couple times throughout the
And
series.
it's involved if an innocent is in danger. I believe, right?
That's just an example they
Oh,
gave. It just says
really?
when you choose to use dirty tactics at the start of the combat exchange instead of using one of the standard approaches, say what you do and take up 10 plus instead of rolling. Rolling. And then I take the stance move of favorite. So I could have been fighting dirty literally this entire series.
Sure.
And have been just getting hit after hit after hit. So I'm just gonna let you know Brock's gonna try and make up for some lost time.
Now, to be fair, it does have a downside to it. They get to move your balance twice away from center.
Yeah.
And so that's like you use that move twice, and then what? That's gonna put you at the edge, right?
Well, he's already at the edge.
Oh, so if you do it even once, you're going off the edge, and then we're gonna have to go into that whole situation in the finale episode, which actually would be pretty funny or awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a time for that, Awesome, fantastic. So we'll see if that comes into play. I have a feeling it probably will. So that'll be fun. Finally, last but not least, we've got Cameron.
Hello, I'm Cameron. I play Bildor, or
aka Ashburtney.
Sure. Would it not be Ashburtney, aka?
Yeah, I guess so. Now we're at this point, might as well, be that. Before I get into Bill's fun fact, I felt like I wanted to say to anyone and everyone who's gotten to this point after listening to all these 3 seasons, I just want to say thank you for listening. I'm sure everyone here all agrees that we appreciate anyone who's put in the time to listen to this. We do this for fun, but you know what? I mean, we also do it to entertain people. And if you're entertained by this, well then, we did our job.
That's right. That's right.
Now,
Are you buying time?
No, not the fact. I know that. I felt like I wanted to give a shout out to anyone who made it to this point. We're at the season finale, series finale, and anyone who's made this 3-season journey with us.
That's true.
I appreciate it.
No, absolutely. I completely agree. It's really awesome to have people that want to hear, us kind of goofing around at the table and having a good time, but telling a good story. I think, and we absolutely appreciate you sticking around with us all the way through this.
Now, Bill's fun fact. I didn't really have much of a fun fact, so I was looking through Bill's description, and there was 2 things that, I was just thinking, if anyone ever drew character art of our characters, there's distinct things about Bill's character description that I really kind of left out. One is he always wears pants because he has a giant burn mark on his entire leg. His legs are even more destroyed than his upper body, which, as we saw in a past episode, characters looked at.
Just to clarify, you're saying he always wears full length pants.
Yeah,
not
He wears shorts.
He wears I described it as I don't know what they're called, but the pants you wear in Aladdin, they're loose
harem pants.
Yeah, loose flowing pants. That way it doesn't stick to his
harem
burn
pants.
and stuff.
Feel amazing.
They're breezy, and he gives him comfort, but it also hides his. It's loose, it's cool, and it covers his scar.
No jokes here. I completely agree. As someone that wears.
That's the thing. Well, the other thing is he has 2 bands. He's got a black band on his left wrist, and he's got a black band on his left ring finger. They represent, the ring finger one represents his brother Blaze, and the one on his wrist represents his brother Ember.
Okay, got it.
That was it. Those are his 2 fun facts. They're
Yeah.
more just character, his how he dresses.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah. Well, hey, I'm not gonna say no to any fan art, please. Yeah, if you do, be sure to tag us in it so that we don't miss it, because that would be awesome. Love to see that. Bill or any of the characters, even NPCs or monsters, even some of the stuff that you guys have fought against, that'd be epic for sure. So awesome. Once again, my name is Skylar. I'm the game master. Oh crap, I don't have a fun fact, but as the game master, I don't require myself to have a fun fact, and that's my fun fact.
That's not fair.
Oh man.
What's new and exciting in your life?
Well, I do have a child on the way. That's true. Soon, as of the
be a
date of this
nerd.
recording, but it will have been born. He will have been born by the time that this episode comes out. So that's fun.
His
Yeah.
name will be decided by us.
Yes.
His,
Listen to the, I don't know.
Listen to the Q&A and find out the name of Skylar's child.
yeah,
We'll have a whole
And
discussion.
it's canon now.
and it's canonical. Awesome. Well, whatever the case, that is the final intro you're gonna
What
get
if
from
your
all
child
of us.
comes
Well,
out?
let's jump into the final episode of Benders and Brews. All right, so when last we left off, you guys had just finished an epic battle with the mysterious, villainous, evil, bat-like spirit that went by the name of Banfou. I don't know if we mentioned that, but there you go. So you got that one for free. Whatever the case, you guys were able to defeat it, and just barely. You guys, kind of came out barely holding on, but thankfully Bill Dorr revealed his firebending abilities, and that was inevitably what finally took the villainous monster out. So you guys are currently standing just outside of this cave where you have just defeated this giant spirit monster. And as you guys are standing here, all of a sudden, you see a figure sort of hopping down the rocks outside of this cave. As it gets a little bit closer, you realize that it is a black cat-like creature with crow-like wings. And the closer it gets, you also realize that instead of a tail, it seems to have a snake. And one of you actually recognizes this creature.
It's definitely me.
It's definitely not you. It's definitely Guohan.
Yes.
The creature
the monkey.
the creature hops down the last of the rocks and now stands at the same level as the rest of you guys. And it's not, it's a big cat. Like it'd be more like a small leopard or something. But it's just a black cat as far as you can kind of see. And it actually approaches Guohan and he says, "Interesting. I have interacted with very few living humans, but you I have had the pleasure of meeting twice. It seems you have assisted me quite a bit, little human, and for that I am once again grateful. I fear I may not have thanked you as I should have previously, but I shall right that wrong now. You have just defeated an evil spirit that went by the name Banfou the Possessor. He escaped the spirit world many years ago and since then has been feeding off the life force of the creatures in this area for quite some time. But you have stopped this terrorization and you have righted this wrong." He pauses for a moment and he closes his eyes as if he were in like a deep thought or deep meditation. I see. I see through the eyes of the dead throughout your journey. And he looks over at Mika and he says, I see the expulsion from the very village below through the eyes of that man there. And he tilts his head towards, he just kind of motions towards the cave as if to reference ex-Chief Tatonka. And I can see through the loving eyes of the mother that you lost that very same night. Then he turns to Bill and he says, I see the fear in the eyes of a sibling, but I do not sense any blame or hatred. And he looks over at Brock and he says, I see through the eyes of many who were attacked in their homes and those that fell in captivity waiting and crying out for a hero that would break them free. And then finally he turns to Guo and he shows a slight grin and he says, I can see through the eyes of my own past. One who more than earned his freedom that night that the dead walked the mortal plane again. But I do see through the eyes of one other, your dead friend. Eyes full of love and care. Eyes that foresaw a great future for all of you, but also eyes that beheld fear. Fear of what he knew others were capable of and willing to take from him. I see through the eyes of death that is to come. Although that is a gemstone with many facets, you are all headed down a path that ends in great danger, and if you wish to save your very souls and put your current trajectory towards the ending that you seek, you will need allies who will stand by your side. With that in mind, and as thanks for defeating Banfou, I will offer you all these rewards. The first is an opportunity to quickly arrive at the next destination on your list, the city of Gaoling. You will have a chance to travel through the spirit world, the place where I, myself, reside. Now, traveling through the spirit world is different than traveling through your realm. Think of the spirit world as a sort of shortcut. I will offer you a path through my realm that will exit on the outskirts of this city that you seek to arrive in. This path will take a day to walk, although it will not feel like a day to you. But it will be far faster than anything your realm has to offer. I also give to each one of you these 2 stones. They are astral stones. Dreams are a form of connection that those from your world have to connect to the spirit world. And within my realm, you can use these stones to connect those dreams. Think of someone and think hard. Within that focus, you will be able to offer a message, a plea for help to someone living in your realm to aid you in your endeavor. It's up for them to decide if they follow your request, but if they agree, I can transport them as well to meet you at your destination. So think hard beforehand who you believe will be willing to answer your request. And then finally this spirit of the dead, as Guo had met before, he turns to Guo and he says, I hope that these gifts are pleasing to you in an expression of my thanks. I consider our scales to be even, and I wish you well on your mission. And with that, he pounces into the cave that you guys just escaped from, into the darkness, and disappears. And as you guys kind of watch this kind of obscure situation come to a close, you look down and each of you has a small, round, colorful pebble that seems to swirl with a variety of different sort of sparkles and glimmers. And in front of you, a portal into the spirit world opens up. Both of these gifts from the spirit you just encountered.
Bill, oh, guys, my head. Oh, what I miss.
Wait, are we gonna talk about your magical powers over there?
What?
Your fire powers?
Oh, yeah.
You can bend fire? What's next? Brock, are you the avatar?
And Brock just kind of looks at his hands like, guess I never tried. No.
Nothing happens.
Oh, whew, okay.
Maybe I am.
Nah.
Yeah, Bill grabs his staff and he like supports himself and stands up weakly, and he's like, yeah, I'm a firebender. Don't like using my powers though, so
all those nights we had to build our own fire at camps.
All those incidents we came across Madame Yang and you just stood there.
All those people at the tea shop who said their tea was cold.
And you did nothing.
And you did nothing.
Except take it to the back and refill with a warm tea.
it's I'm sorry. I never wanted to use my powers again because of a promise I made my brother. But I think I'm past that now. I think it's time for me to move on. I don't think you would blame me.
Well,
I
according
guess
to
I'm
the thing in front of us.
Yeah, what the heck is that thing?
Well, he said that, I look through a brother's eyes and there's no blame.
What thing?
The thing the cat.
The
bat-
cat
What
snake.
cat?
Cat
The
snake bat.
thing that's right in front of us.
Oh yeah, you mean my pal, the spirit of death?
You met
Yeah,
a spirit of death?
We go way back.
What it looked like?
Well, a cat crow with the snake tail.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
And so it made and Bill motions at the portal with his bow staff. It made that thing?
Yeah. I guess that's a path through the spirit world. A shortcut, if you will, to back to Gaoling.
Oh. Well, I mean, I was thinking about how we'd get back, so I guess.
And this is important, these stones. I guess once we're in the spirit world, if we focus on someone we want help from, we can reach them through their dreams or something and send a request. And if they accept that, I guess they can also travel through the realm.
Huh. Interesting. Is that person. You said spirit realm. So is this person we summoning? Is that the right word, guys? I'm not sure, but is this person we're summoning dead?
Well, he said through their dreams, so I would assume not.
So it's a person alive.
Yeah.
So we couldn't summon Mr. Okuran.
No, I don't think the spirit of
I don't
death-
know. We could try.
Well, he's a spirit of death.
He doesn't like it when people come back from the dead.
Well,
Trust me, I know.
He's not coming back from the dead. He can just do his little spirity powers.
It's better not to mess
Well,
with
maybe
the
we'll
dead.
call it a gray area.
Bill
but-
goes out there and shows that he has firebending, and then you're like, yeah, everybody's got some kind of weird powers. Mr. Okuran's got spirit powers, whatever that means.
Who knows? Maybe.
I guess either way, where did he say where the portal takes us besides just the spirit realm?
Back to Gaoling.
Was that where we needed to go next?
Bro.
We never read your thing. It was Mika? the
I
last
got
one?
it. I got
Oh,
it. Don't
Brock's
worry.
got
No,
it.
no,
Okay.
no,
I
no,
got
no.
it. I
It's
got
literally
this.
in my pocket.
Yeah, but you ain't
Bro.
read it yet.
Yeah, Brock's
Well,
really good at reading.
when-
I'm really good at it. I've been practicing.
When have I had time to read it?
Not at all,
I
actually.
don't
We were
know.
making a beeline out of the cave.
Wow.
Okay, I'll read it. I got you.
I ain't got time. I grow weary of
Like,
waiting.
Of waiting. You open up, so it's an envelope, right? And it's sealed with like
It's
a
the
little
will.
blissful brew, huh?
It's the will.
Oh,
No.
it's just straight up the will. No. You open up the letter, and it's got that like nice red seal from the Blissful Brew with the little logo on it and everything. And you open it up, and it looks like it's just a blank sheet, but it's folded up. And you unfold it, and you realize in just like big bold letters, it just says, "Congratulations." And then on like the bottom right corner, it says "See other side."
Okay, I was gonna say where's the fine print. I turn it over.
Okay, you turn it over, and it is the last piece of the map. So all throughout this, you found usually a note, usually two notes, one for, whoever was kind of the closing of that section of the journey, and one that was for whoever's section was kind of next, right? So like each one of the missions, you could say, or each one of the clues was hidden with the kind of direct correlation with one of you four, right? And so this is the last piece of the map that was included with each one of these notes, right? As you guys found the clue, there were the notes, and then there was a piece of the map. And so this is the last piece of the map. And of course, it's the piece with the big X on it, right? You weren't really sure what anything was until you got this last piece. And it is a kind of drawn out picture of a maze sitting behind a mansion, and it's a series of lines that lead you through the maze. So all the other pieces of the map look like kind of just a way to get to this maze and mansion, and it's leading to a very specific spot inside of this maze.
Is it
Is it the Shifu family mansion?
with
Well,
the
it'd be
butler?
the Yotaku mansion. technically.
was
With the butler that we made friends with?
No,
The
he
butler-
was at the Shifu
Oh.
mansion.
Right, the butler was at the Shifu mansion. This is the Yotaku mansion, which the
Where we
Shifus
catered.
did work for.
Oh, it's
Exactly.
where you found your fox dog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
That's
It
true.
all comes.
It all comes back. You
It's
find
where
a fox
Brock threw
dog.
all the hot
tea.
leaf juice tea. Yeah.
And
And
in
where
like
you
a
buried Madame Yang, but in a
That was
very
inside.
bad way.
That was inside, not in the maze.
Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I mean, she survived, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know what I
exactly.
said? I-
Man, I wish that
Sometimes
never
your
happened because the
best
amount
just-
of times that Connor brings it up and complains.
Because you know what? If I had known that, I could have just finished her off. I don't know.
Whoa.
Yeah, sometimes your best just isn't good enough.
Oh,
You know
there
what?
it is, the classic Michaela line.
So it's just a map?
I guess
Through the maze.
Who's up for a party?
Wait, where's it telling us to go?
Gowling.
Ha! I was right.
Oh, look at that. So this portal takes us to Gowling, and then once we go to Gowling, we then go to the Utaku family maze and just follow the map, and
Yeah.
bada bing, there's the will.
You know how I got to the center of the maze last time is I just took left turns.
Well, this time we have a map. So
Why did he send us all around the actual planet
Probably because it's buried. in
to
space.
go?
Because Brock, we learned things, okay?
We went across the entire
We
planet
developed as characters.
for
Maybe he
something
wanted
that
us
is
to have-
in our hometown.
Maybe you want us to have a nice little explore the world vacay. I'm sure.
You know, you had to learn how to be not so crazy.
Rambunctious.
I don't know if it works.
Bill had to learn to let go of his guilt.
We could have done that.
I had to
in-
learn how to make friends, apparently.
I mean, you're still.
Well, and you also found your
Shut
dad
up.
because of it. So I mean, there's the bonus.
That's
So,
true.
do me. What did I?
You had to learn.
How to not poop your pants.
And you
Hold on,
failed.
hold on. We don't know this.
Oh,
We
yeah.
don't know this.
I was gonna say, and Guo learned how he was Mr. Okuran's favorite all along. No, I'm totally kidding.
Basically.
Uh,
I don't really remember what.
what? Well,
Somebody-
whoa! You learned how
somebody
to have
He got some
friends.
hats.
You learned how to
Accessorize.
You learned how to.
Accessorize.
Well, you
Have
learned
this
how.
bag.
Like, you
Had
could
some nice hats along the way.
And stand up for yourself.
Yes.
That's what you learned.
I'd just like to say we
You
probably
didn't
could have
cower behind your
accomplished-
friends. You could stand up for yourself, make choices on your own.
Yeah,
You're maturing.
that's right.
I'm
I even got a mustache.
That's right. You grew a mustache and became a captain.
You just can't see it right now. It's the lighting. It's the lighting.
It's that peach fuzz.
It's that cave lighting. We're still kind of in the
It's kind
cave.
of dark.
It's pretty cloudy.
The portal is starting to shrink.
Oh, well, we probably can continue this conversation in the spirit
In the
world.
spirit world. Time doesn't move in the spirit world.
Brock, you're the brave one, right?
Sure.
And I
Cowabunga.
slap his back, motioning him
And he
for him
just
to run
Bugs Bunnies right
Bugs
into that
Bunny's
portal.
into the portal. Is the portal on
Bro's
the
gotta
ground?
go
It's
next.
on
You know, we gotta, sandwich him, protect him. So,
the ground. Who?
Guo.
Oh, I figured I would just follow Brock because I'm pushing him through.
Okay, well then I'm gonna push Guo through and follow him.
Okay, sounds good. Hey everyone, Skylar here. Are you a fan of Session Zero Heroes and the shows we produce, or the characters involved? Then you should check out our epic merch we have available online. From shirts to stickers and everything in between, we worked hard on creating a variety of designs and made sure to get your favorite characters on those products as well. Whether you're looking for Brock Lee on a hoodie to wear to the gym with you, or maybe Fizzlefinger's tote bag to stuff your ill-gotten gains in, we've got you covered. Just head over to our website at sessionzeroheroes.com and click on our merch tab to see all the amazing products and designs that you can get. Now back to the show. All right, so you guys are all inside the spirit world. You get that kind of like momentary, like it really like throws off your sense of, perception and everything.
Has Mika been in the spirit world? Was she in
Technically,
it when she talked to
yes.
that one guy? Okay,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
want to establish if all of us are unfamiliar if Mika's.
Yeah, I think
At
Mika's the
least-
only
No,
one
I
that's
have
been there.
experience.
Yeah. But it doesn't
That's
quite
why-
feel the same
I've
because
seen
this is
a
a very
thing or two.
different realm. Obviously, and I guess you probably would have mentioned this if it was going through your head. So I'm guessing it's not going through your heads. But some might think that because this is the realm of the spirit of death, that it would be some sort of horrific, maybe hellscape or something along those lines. Not at all. In fact, it's very peaceful, very tranquil. It sort of seems like it's a forest, but not so densely situated that you can't see the end of it. There's a pathway that kind of leads through, and you can see off in the distance just a wide open field. So you never feel claustrophobic as you guys are walking through this forest until eventually you get to that field, and it's a nice little space there as well. So you continue your walk a little ways in until it becomes just a very sparse, very minimally dense forest with only just like the occasional tree here and there. But it feels peaceful. It feels like perfect temperature, like in early 70s, maybe degrees, something along those lines. The sun is out, the skies are blue. There's only the occasional just kind of wispy cloud to kind of just add to the a little bit of diversity to the blue sky. And there's a gentle breeze that kind of passes by and causes the branches in the trees to sort of shuffle ever so slightly and the grass to kind of bend and wave ever so slightly. And as you guys are making your way along, you see something off in the distance, and you continue to obviously follow the path and approach it until eventually you realize that it is the Blissful Brews mobile booth, the very same kind of looking one that you guys took with you to the Utaku estate, and standing behind it
Is Mr. Okuran?
is Mr. Okuran. And it looks like he's waving at you guys as you guys kind of start to approach. He's got a big smile on his face. He looks really excited to see all of you.
Well, I'd go running over there.
Mr. Okuran!
Yo!
Oh!
I'm gonna nonchalantly walk over there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, aren't you
Ooh,
cool?
Yeah, you're so cool.
Well, I'm
not
just
showing
saying
emotion.
that's my whole thing.
It is. It's true.
I'm
whatever-
racing. Whoa.
You all, make your way. Some more excitedly than others.
What are you doing?
Oh
make
yeah.
your
How are
way,
you
Mr.
making your way over
Okuran?
there?
I'll walk with Mika. I mean,
Okay.
she is like max fatigue, so I would imagine she can't exactly sprint right now.
Oh yeah. Okay. So he's
Jeez.
just making sure that she makes it to the booth. That's fair.
See,
That's
and
fair.
he said I didn't have any friends.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Just shut up.
as you guys approach, obviously Mr. Okuran is excited to
Someone
see
has a
each and every
stylist
one of
too.
you, even if you approach his mobile booth a little bit less challantly than the others. But whatever the case, he excitedly greets you. He's got a big smile on his face, and waiting for all of you, he has made a drink of your choice. And I say of your choice, but I already have it all planned out.
Oh man.
Well, you don't need to tell me because I did my research. So he looks over at Brock Lee and he's like, Brock, I made this for you. It's a very special, well, I couldn't really come up with another name for it, so I'll call it what it is, trash tea. And it is a mix of discarded fruits and tea leaves kind of just macerated together and then put into some hot water. And it's a nice big cup because obviously there's quite a bit of just like goo and stuff at the bottom of it.
no way. Thanks, Mr. Okuran.
Of course.
Goo.
And he looks over at Guohan and he says, Guohan, for you I made a cinnamon spice chai latte. And it's a hot cup and it's got everybody can smell it. Doesn't matter where you're standing. The garbage tea, you don't smell it as much unless you're like right up in there. You got your nose kind of inside the cup, whatever. But the spice tea, everybody can smell that just kind of warm cinnamon scent. As he hands it over to Guohan.
Wow, with milk. Just the way I like it.
Oh, I knew you'd like this. And then he turns to Mika and he said, Mika, I know you like a sweeter tea. So for you, I made a berry medley tea. Lots of great citrusy flavors and berry flavors mixed in there.
What a guy.
What a guy. Then he looks over at Bill and he's got a nice little smirk in the corner of his face. And there's only one thing left on this little booth that he has. And everybody can see exactly what it is. It is a cup of cool, refreshing water.
Yeah.
Cool Whip.
And he hands that to Bill and he says, as much as I tried, I know you just don't care for tea. And
It's
that's
not even
okay.
hot.
It's not. No, it's
The
cold.
poor
even.
guy.
Oh, no. Cool water is what I need. I am parched after
Oh.
the day I've been through, Mr. Okuran.
Well, day. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all been through quite a bit over the last week. I want to apologize
Yeah,
for
on your
that.
wild goose chase.
Yes. I wanted to apologize for that. I've been kind of watching as you guys have made your way through this entire journey.
You've been here the whole time.
I've been watching from a distance in the spirit world. I was unaware that they had the 7-day to claim situation on the will. That was my bad. Again, I was completely unaware.
So we're on the same page, Mr. Okuran. You sent us across the planet
Well, it was more of a region, I would say.
No,
Yeah, we didn't go to the Fire Nation.
Did we go to the Southern Water Tribe, which is like an air bison flight away?
And you had an air bison to help you get there.
That could take us one way, Mr. Okuran.
Well, and now here you got a one-way ticket straight to Gowling. I'm sure you'll all be
I'm
just
sure
fine.
you predicted the spirit portal, right?
You know, I asked for a favor. I mean, how do you think he knew? I'm gonna be honest with you. He likes to do the whole, I can see through the eyes of the dead, and maybe he can, right? But he would have had no idea what nice gifts to get you guys. And I knew that a portal straight to Gowling was just what you needed. So I gave him did a little whisper in his ear, and told him what you needed.
Did you also give him tea?
Of course.
Him tea,
of course. Well,
You
I've
bribed
been
him.
here for a little while, about a week. So, I've just been making tea for him, and I've been able to make some tea for those passing on to the next life. And that's I've heard so many stories and learned about so many individuals as they were passing through. It's honestly been a very amazing experience.
So you've met people in here?
Yes, of course.
Have
This
you-
is the
You've met my brother?
I think it's more those that have recently died, unfortunately. Before they pass on. But I think the fact that I haven't seen your brother is probably a good sign, and probably means that he's passed on, whatever that looks like, as he moves into the next life.
Okay.
So, but you guys, hopefully this last tea, this last beverage I'm able to make for all of you is just what you need to be
Hey.
refreshed for the next step. Yes.
Who killed you?
Who killed me?
Mhm.
Oh, it was a stab in the back. I never saw him.
That's what I said.
You didn't hear nothing.
Anything?
Rocks.
No, I never heard anything. Except, I heard chanting outside. There was a really big snap. I don't know what that was.
That was Gohan's doing.
I heard some fighting, which had me a little bit concerned for all of your safeties. But I assume things obviously went well.
Should have seen what the Coyote Boys, what we did to those guys.
Oh.
Was it
my.
Madame Yang?
He said he didn't see.
Maybe he smelled like her nasty perfume or something.
Oh, that's a good
You
point.
were familiar with her.
I didn't smell it. No, so it must not have been her, but I don't know. It could have been one of her lackeys for all I know.
I'm still gonna throat punch her.
I try not to hold grudges, especially when I'm dead. But, maybe some people need a good throat punch once in a while to put them back on.
He has a
Okay,
point.
okay. How about
base.
a hug around the throat?
It's called choking.
That's called choking.
That's a hug.
I'm more about peaceful hugs. You say. And he holds out his arms.
Yeah, we'll hug.
Big group hug.
Big group hug.
Come on, Mika.
Aw.
I said I would hug him.
All right. You all give him a nice big hug.
I'm
And
just
thankfully,
assuming Brock's on the outside squeezing him.
Yeah, that's right. His big arm span is bigger than everybody else's. That's
Probably.
great. Although he may be passed on in the spirit world, he himself is able to be hugged. He's not a spirit. You don't pass right through him when you try to hug him. You get a nice, warm, familiar hug if you've ever hugged Mr. Okuran in the past. If you hadn't, then you get to experience it. It is a warm hug, and you can feel the love and care that kind of comes with it. And between the drink that he gave each of you, as well as this pleasant hug, you feel, and maybe it's just the effects of the spirit world, you're not sure, but all of these factors mixed in together, you feel yourselves become refreshed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what?
I thought you could have a sleeve or something. I wasn't done asking him questions.
No. You feel refreshed. Not only do you feel all the fatigue and the exhaustion sort of just melt away from your person, you also feel centered. You feel yourself at ease. You feel yourself at peace. Being with your friend once more, being refreshed, all of that factors into just feeling at peace with yourself and being centered. So you can return all of your balances to center. You can refresh all of your fatigue. You don't feel any angers or resentments or needs to prove yourselves or anything in between, depending on your playbook. You just feel at ease.
Would we be able to mark inspired?
Sure. If you would like to mark inspired. Man, I give you... What's the saying? I give you something.
Give you an inch, we'll take a mile.
Yeah, you
felt
take
like
a
this was
mile.
already pretty good.
I mean, but hugging Mr. Okuran, I would imagine. Would be
I feel
pretty
real
dang
inspired when I
inspired.
hug Mr. Okuran.
So, not canon, whatever you want to call it. Did he say why he hadn't moved on yet? Did I miss that?
No, he hasn't said that.
Okay,
You can
I'm
ask him.
gonna ask him then.
All right.
I just want to make sure I wasn't like
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're
doubling
good.
down. Mr. Okuran,
Yes, Mika.
how come you are still here?
That is a good question. I did make this as a special request to the spirit that you guys had run into, that I could reside here a little longer. And I think, thankfully, my tea was all it really took to convince him that it was okay. I had a feeling that I might get one more chance to maybe talk to you, but I was willing to accept the possibility that that might not happen, but at the very least, I would get to watch you as you all made your way through this journey, this adventure that I've kind of sent you on, and I just wanted to make sure that everything finished well. Or if things didn't finish well, that I would be here to greet you and to comfort you and to move on into whatever comes next right alongside all of you. I didn't want you to have to do that alone if things went horribly wrong, and thankfully things did not go horribly wrong. When that gator
Not
shark came out and
yet.
attacked the pirate ship, I got a little bit nervous. But sure enough, you guys were able to overcome it.
You might say somebody might have pooped their pants.
Someone had a
What?
captain's hat.
Yes, whoa, you did get a captain's hat. Wow, that was quite impressive. I'm sorry you lost it.
You didn't happen to see where it went, did you?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. It is at the bottom of a very large ocean.
Oh,
Yes.
So you were watching my date with the pirate lady too. So what are your thoughts? Do you think she's into me?
Does he have a chance?
Do I have a chance?
Do you have a chance? Here's what I'm gonna give you some life advice. Maybe a chunk of which maybe your father hasn't shared with you yet, or maybe it's my responsibility to. So I should probably get to it. Brock, don't go for no hoe.
Good advice. That is pretty good advice. So no one with the last name Ho.
Yes, exactly, precisely. No, look, Brock, you are a catch. Don't get me wrong when I say this. You are a catch, and I know you have a preference that might be a little bit different from other people's preferences, but there's nothing wrong with that. But if someone is unwilling to take the time to get to know you and show interest in you, then you should move to someone else who does want to take that time to get to know you. And then, of course, you should in turn get to know her and appreciate her for who she is. Or he, or whoever you're into.
So I'm not hearing a no that she wasn't in.
Brock, she's just not that into you.
Finally,
Title of
someone's-
our upcoming rom-com movie.
Finally.
Brock, she's just not that into you.
It's okay.
Everyone's beating around the bush. I'm just gonna say it.
You weren't there, man.
He says,
Didn't see how she looked at me.
now, Brock,
I saw how she looked
I
walking
will
away.
say, I definitely think that Sora from the rescue team squadron, I think she might have an interest in you. She definitely had some excitement in her eyes once you guys reunited there. And,
You can also see things in people's eyes.
well, I could see it from a distance.
Wow.
I can't look through their eyes right now. I'm just saying, I was watching Brock, and when Sora saw him, and
I'm
she
just
seemed pretty
saying, that's
excited.
Pretty similar to the dead guy.
The spirit. Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe because I've been residing in his realm for so long, maybe I've garnished some attributes of his power. Who knows?
See, spirit powers.
Mr. Okuran,
Yes, Bill.
it's Ash.
Oh, that's right. You've accepted it. Or chosen to.
Go
Yeah.
by my real name.
Sure.
Yeah. Would you be mad at me if I didn't stay at the Blissful Brew?
No, I think you all should do whatever you feel is necessary to live on the lives as you see fit. If you choose to sell the Blissful Brew, if that's not your destiny, that's fine. I want to make sure that what I left behind is used by you guys, however you see fit. But as long as it's used by you, right? If you choose to sell it and split the profits between you and go your separate ways, that's fine. As long as it's you doing it and not, Madame Ying taking over and doing whatever she wants with it, right? This was something that I wanted to leave behind for all of you, however you decide to proceed with it.
That's good to hear. I was worried that, I'd make you mad at me or something if I left.
Ash. I know that you're not the biggest fan of teas, and I understand that, and I appreciate that you have individuality.
It has nothing to do with the tea shop. It's time for me to go home.
I think that's good.
I'm done running.
I think that is very good. And I think your family will appreciate that greatly.
But I do want to get your shop back, and I'm willing to do anything to get it back.
Well, I know that when you say that, you mean it, and I know that you will.
Are you willing to die for it?
I'm willing to use my powers.
This is the second most big thing I can offer other than my life.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that if you guys keep following this pathway, you'll find an exit portal that'll drop you off right outside of Gowling. And make sure to use those stones before you go through so you can contact whoever it is that you want to. Of course, you can't contact me. I'm not alive anymore. But contact somebody that you love, someone that you trust, someone that you can count on. I know you all have people like that in your lives. And whatever the case, and it's hard to say this, but it's time to say goodbye to each of you. But at least we had a goodbye for real this time, and not a goodbye or sort of just an ending, an abrupt ending like we had before.
Guo starts to tear up, and he goes in for another hug.
Oh man, Okuran's never gonna hesitate for another hug.
Nice.
I'll miss you so much.
I'll miss you too, Guo. You keep on leaving those food reviews. Somebody's gotta do it. Somebody's gotta keep these restaurants accountable.
I'll do my best.
I know you will, and you're the best person for the job. You have an excellent palate, my boy.
Thanks.
And that's not just me saying that because you always complimented everything I made in my shop.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone. You guys continue to head down the path and maybe look back every once or twice, and Mr. Okuran just kind of watching as you guys leave. I think he waves for a little bit, but then of course he just, your arm gets tired. So he puts his hands kind of behind his back and he just kind of watches as you guys continue to walk away, and as you
the sunset.
Yeah, off into the proverbial sunset. And as you guys kind of walk away and you look back every once in a while, you notice that, the background behind you, it just starts to kind of illuminate, and it sort of gets a little bit brighter and brighter and brighter the further that you go, until eventually things behind you are just kind of a white, just a pure white. And Mr. Okuran and the little mobile Blissful Brew booth that he's standing at also just kind of gets enveloped by this white of not an intimidating white, not like it's coming for you, but just kind of a peaceful afterlife in a sense.
Don't go into the light.
Yeah,
that kind of light.
Yeah, that kind of light.
I'm just picturing the spirit world from Kung Fu Panda.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Weren't you picturing the spirit world from when Aang went there? Oh, because you just saw the movie.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't do much with that in the movie.
I only seen the
Okuran.
live action TV show.
Hey, well, at least that's a one step in a better direction for sure. Awesome. Okay. As you guys are kind of making your way, you just can. I mean, the path just kind of continues, and it kind of goes through like a series of other just kind of pleasant areas and sections and so on and so forth. And you remember that you have these stones in your hand, and there's somebody that each one of you needs to communicate with. That will meet you there at the entrance to Gaoling, and that will help you in this final journey, whatever that means. You wonder to yourself if it's gonna be that easy. You know what I mean? I think with everything that you've gone through, there's a part of you in the back of your mind that thinks, yeah, right. There's something has to stop us. Something's going to be there, and you think maybe part of
And
this
that
is coming.
something is Madam Freaking
Madam
Yang.
freaking Yang. You remember the words that the
It's gonna be lawyers.
yeah, exactly. Just a whole bunch of just bureaucracy.
A
No,
lot of red tape.
it's true. But you recall the words that the spirit of death had kind of left with you, that the path ahead that you guys were about to take was going to be dangerous, and that your lives would be on the line, which is part of the reason why he offered you these stones in the first place. So you guys know that something is going to be on the other end of that portal, that's going to stand in your way. So you know that using these stones is better than not using them, right? Getting somebody to help you out is going to be better than not. So who are each of you contacting to assist?
Bill's tossing the stone in his hand, thinking. He goes, "So, who are you guys gonna summon?"
Well, I'm thinking that explosives guy. The one on All Souls Day that we visited.
Yeah, the old man.
The old man, or
I think it was Soul Rest.
I mean, to be fair, I did try to
Kill him?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, and you haven't visited him since?
you're
Except when I
right.
force you to?
Yeah, so maybe that's not a good idea.
I mean, Mr. Okuran was giving you a big hint on someone you could rekindle your relationship with.
You're right. The pirate lady.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
The ultimate rejection. You reach out to her in a dream and you're like, hey, can you come to Gaoling and literally help me save my entire future? And she says, nah, I think I'm good.
All right, fine.
Brutal.
You're right. I'll take.
What if she says no?
But what if she says
What if she
yes?
says yes? Exactly.
Brock, I'm telling you, she's gonna say no.
But you're not her. But fine, I will.
Oh man, I actually was like half wishing that you do it. I desperately wish that you would. Not.
So
I
all of
don't-
us
I
brought
don't
a
want you
cool
to do it.
sidekick, and then there's Brock, who brought no one.
I got
Some
ghosted.
mature pirate chick.
All right.
What
yeah.
about that guard from the Scale Village?
Oh,
Kato.
Kato,
He was pretty strong, right?
He was pretty cool. Or the guard from the stoner factory.
The the prison.
Please no.
Yeah,
You
I'll
seemed
bring-
real excited to help.
Yeah. You know what? I'll bring Sora. That seems like the best possible idea.
All right, sounds good. So you sort of activate the stone by you mentally picture Sora, and you can actually see her. She's at whatever campsite that she is currently out traveling around in, or whatever the case. Maybe she's stationed at for a little while. And you appear to her in a dream, and you are going to give her a message that's going to rally her to help you. What are you saying?
Sora, you helped me once. I could use your help one more time. We're gonna try and get the blissful brew. We're gonna try and get it back. Can you help us out? Meet us in Gaoling in the morning if you can.
She looks a little confused, but at the end of it all, she kind of shrugs, and then she just gives you a smile and a thumbs up.
Sick, dude.
And all of a sudden, you're back in the group. You're walking down the pathway in the spirit world, and you realize that all of that happened within the time that it took you to take a step. So, like, as your foot was kind of coming down off the last step, that's the in-between time. So you kind of like catch yourself a little bit just because like it kind of threw you off ever so slightly, but that was you communicating with somebody. And the stone is gone.
Oh, we got one.
Got him.
Got him.
Oh, so you did it already?
Yeah, and I just said, hey, we need your help. She gave me a thumbs up, so she's meeting us in Gowling in the morning.
Oh, it's that easy.
Guess so. Just think about whoever you want to talk to, and then you just kind of appear. It's kind of weird. Kind of cool though. Felt like I was going through some water or something.
Water.
I was gonna say Jello, but that doesn't exist in this universe probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jelly?
Dang it.
Jelly might.
Yeah, I felt like going through some jelly.
Some jelly.
Oh.
I'm thinking back to the carnival and my friend from there, but, you know, seeing the whole spirit again, but I just don't want to put her in that kind of danger again. So, I mean, if Brock's bringing a rescue team squad member, maybe I should see if their leader will help. Mayu Yenyu.
Oh. Hey, he'd probably be a lot of help.
I'll go see.
All
And
right.
I grab my stone and concentrate on Mayu Yenyu.
All right.
And I enter his dream,
Yeah.
and I see him sleeping there.
Where's this going?
He's asleep, okay?
I make him dream that I pull a feather from his pillowcase. And I start tickling his nose.
So he's like laying there, and as you're kind of like moving through this dream, you realize you have your footsteps are like doo doo doo, and you realize you're standing on like a wooden stage. There's a big curtain, and right in the middle of this stage, Mayu Yenyu is just sleeping there. And you can see that he's got kind of like a weird mask on that kind of like covers part of his face, but he is asleep right now. But in his hands, he's holding like some kind of like a lute or like a small, almost guitar-ish type instrument, sort of something along those lines. He's just holding that as you just. And so you sneak over, and sure enough, there is a pillow, and you pull a feather out of this pillow, and you start to tickle his nose.
He was sitting on the pillow.
Yeah. And he sees you, and he's a little surprised at first, and then he takes his mask off, and he just says,
Oh, he saw him and then took his mask off?
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then he says, whoa. And you just kind of feel this like sort of reverberation or echo as he says anything.
Mayu Yenyu, I have a request to make from you. I ask that you join us for a bit of a duet, if you will. That was a lame joke, but we do need your help. You know, we're reaching the end of our journey, and we've been told that there's going to be a conflict ahead, possibly lives at stake. So I fear for myself and my friends what may happen to us. Would you be willing to lend us your help and meet us in Gowling?
And he stands up on his feet, and he takes out this guitar, this lute thing that he's holding, and he does like just this big, giant, kind of exaggerated, just huge strum. Shred. He just
Power
shreds.
chord.
He does a big power chord, and he just kind of gives you this like nod with this big old smile across his face.
Right on.
And as you say on, and it kind of echoes, you suddenly snap back to reality, and you take a step down, and you are continuing on the path with your friends.
He's in.
Nice. Who's
Does
next?
that mean I have to do a rescue team squadron member? 'Cause I don't really remember any of them.
No.
I remember Mika's dad was a rescue team squadron member, but I feel like I don't know him that well. There was those two married couple.
Yeah.
Maybe I can do a buy one to get one, you know.
I would like to talk to the entire population of Chin Village.
Yeah.
They owe us one.
You're
For me flipping their whole town upside down.
Yeah.
And
And
shit.
them.
you summoned your pie show buddy, the master strategist.
Ah.
My pie show buddy was the
was the old
explosives guy.
He'd probably sooner help you than me.
He
but-
definitely would help me over you, yeah.
But I would love to work with him because
But
I can launch some of his
that's-
explosives like a trebuchet.
That's not who I'm gonna summon. I know who I'm gonna summon.
Okay.
Killjoy.
And Bill squeezes his hand.
Okay.
And he goes into the thing.
You go into the dream. What do you
And
see?
He sees his brother.
Well, obviously the older brother.
Correct.
Whoa.
So he sees his brother Ember.
Yes.
I don't know what the heck he's doing.
I like to think he's your older brother, and you're like in your late teens. I like to think that. I mean,
He's
he's an
19.
adult. Yeah.
Yep.
He's a young adult. I would say that he is in a very familiar place to you. It is your dad's factory,
Okay.
and he's sleeping there on the production floor. Kind of maybe like in a nice chair or something, like as if
Okay.
he was like, he's in your dad's office. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
And he's kind of like, it looks like he fell asleep while working on some plans. He was drawing, some fancy war machines or something along those lines out, and just kind of like passed out.
Okay.
And that's what you see.
Bill's just gonna go, hey, Ember.
And he kind of stirs for a little bit at a time, and then you can kind of see like in his head, he's like, did I just hear something? Okay, yeah, I think I did. And he starts to open his eyes, and he lifts his head, and he looks over, and his jaw just kind of drops, and he says, Ash,
Yeah. Hi.
is that really you?
Yeah. I come from the spirit plane.
What?
I'm not dead.
Oh, that was gonna be my next question.
Yeah, no, I'm not dead. I actually need your help.
What do you need? Where are you?
Heading to Guaoling. That's where I've been hiding out for the last year.
Well, okay. What do you need?
Need your help. We're about to run into some conflict, and, well, you're the best fighter I've ever met.
I mean,
You always beat me in every skirmish we had.
well, I mean, I don't know if I go as far as to say I was that great.
And you don't even have fire powers. Like,
Well, no, but I don't know. I just figured it was because I was your older brother, you know.
probably.
But yeah, no, I'm more than happy to help. I mean, I don't know how all this works.
I think you'll see a portal or something come morning. Just go through it, and you should end up in Guaoling.
Oh, all right. Yeah, of course I'll be there. I don't know. Will it let me bring Mom, Dad? I mean, they would.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right.
But don't worry. After we're done, I'm planning to come home.
Yeah.
You promise.
All right.
So I'll see you in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good.
It's good seeing you, brother.
Good seeing you.
All right. And with that, you pop back out of this dream, and you're back on the path again.
What?
And last but not least, come to Mika.
Yep, I'm just gonna pull out my stone. Not even gonna say nothing.
You're just gonna what?
I'm just gonna pull out my stone. I'm not gonna say
I
anything.
thought you're like, I'm gonna throw it or something. I'm like, I give you a gift. When is a gift, Daddy?
What do you want me to talk to God with this?
Yeah, exactly.
This is stupid.
Man, Skylar really likes to have like stones as a communication.
I don't like anybody.
Oh no. Okay, well, who are you thinking about as you?
Okay, I'm thinking about my father.
Your dad.
Yep.
Old MacTuck. All right, you appear, and although you don't recognize this as being familiar, it's very familiar to the same encampment area that Connor or Broccoli would have seen when he spoke to Sora. Since these two are traveling in the same squadron, rescue team squadron, you see MacTuck in the encampment, and he's just sleeping in his tent.
I'm gonna tap his shoulder, I guess.
Okay, he wakes up. Oh, Mika, what are you doing here? How did you even get here? Wait, where is here? And, you know, kind of around you, the one thing that's kind of been key with all of these places, all these dreams, is that it feels like there's a vignette almost over everything, right? Your vision sort of has this sort of circular, again, vignette is really the only way to describe it, right? Things kind of fade out at the peripheral of your vision, and that applies to the people that you're visiting in these dreams as well. So he recognizes that this can't be reality, because I must have a cataract or something if that's the case. Things don't look right.
It doesn't matter the here. It matters the where. There's a difference.
You've gotten so cryptic since we were together.
I need you to come to Gowling. I need your help.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. Yeah.
No, like you need to come. It's like life or death. It sounds like.
How quickly do I need to be there?
Like as soon as possible. There's like a little thing you can go through.
A thingy?
Yeah, like a portal thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I was told anyway.
Oh, all right. Well, if it gets me there fast, then
Yeah.
sounds good.
So, come ready to fight.
Oh, it's that serious.
Not serious.
Okay. Well, I'll do just that.
Thanks, Dad.
Yep. You got it, kiddo.
I wave.
The awkward, I haven't seen my own kid for so long, I don't even know what nickname to call him situation. Anyway, but whatever the case, you fade out of that dream and you're back onto the path in the spirit world. And just as you sort of your foot hits the ground as you go back into this just kind of steady pace walking down this path, a portal opens up ahead of all of you. And you can see the bright morning day just out on the outskirts of Gowling. Hey everyone, Skylar the Game Master for Benders and Brews and the Creative Director over at Session Zero Heroes here. I just wanted to give you a quick outro before you head over to the next episode or call it a day. Firstly, thank you so much for listening to our show. It means so much to us to have such amazing people like yourself that enjoy the content that we produce. Without you, there really wouldn't be much point in all the work that we put into recording, editing, and sharing our TTRPG sessions with all of you. With that being said, we would love it if you would throw some love our way and drop us a review or a rating or whatever it is called wherever you're listening to the show based on whatever platform that allows you to leave reviews and leave recommendations. It means a lot to us to get to hear why you love the show we make, and it also helps the show reach other listeners as well, allowing us to grow our community. So, if you're feeling especially generous, you could even go as far as to share our show to your friends and family who also enjoy TTRPG actual play podcasts. It's really expensive for us to be able to advertise, and we don't do much of it, so it's a lot more help to have you guys share it with people that you know will enjoy it, and then they can join in the community that we're creating. That would make you a Session Zero hero yourself. And additionally, we'd love to have you stop by on one of our various social platforms and interact with the channel there. You can find Session Zero Heroes on Facebook, X, Instagram, and Discord. We post all sorts of updates, clips, and even the occasional behind the scenes look at what we're up to. And if you're ever looking for information on SZH, or you don't use a podcast streaming site but you want to listen to our shows, you can do so by checking out our website at sessionzeroheroes.com. And while you're there, you can find out about the cast and the crew that make our show and provide the players' voices in all of our various series. And if you're feeling especially cheeky, you can check out our merch store, where we have a ton of designs and products to choose from, all of which help us pay the bills and keep the lights on. So once again, thank you all so much for listening, and remember to stay curious, stay heroic, until we roll again.